Hey, it's Mark, RPM Tesla Aftermarket Accessories, Model S. If you've got the Model S and you want to make it quieter on the inside, we finally have our new wind noise reduction kit. This is for the Model S with the full-size glass window. Let's check out what we mean by full size. For the first few years, they made this window or the roof opening, so it was openable. So if you have this full-size glass window and you have a big gap in the front and you're tired of hearing wind noise, then this is our road noise reduction kit, or our wind noise reduction kit, excuse me. And again, all the research we did showed that this vortex created the turbulence that was hearable from inside the cabin. And now we've got it covered up, and you'll notice a much quieter ride, and you're also going to have the benefits of not having this gap. You're not going to have dirt and leaves stuck inside of here as well. It just looks a lot cleaner, a lot better, a lot more of a finished look than the gap like you have here in the windshield. See, there's a big channel here and there's all kinds of seeds and bugs and stuff in there. And then look at this, much better. Thank you, and try it. If you don't like it, send it back. We'll give you a refund. But number one, please don't buy it if you don't hear any wind noise, because it's only for customers that have a big gap between the sunroof and the windshield. A wide gap normally equates to wind noise in the windshield above the mirrors, or above your rearview mirror when you're driving. Thanks again, RPM Tesla Aftermarket Accessories. Okay, and anyone can install this. All you're going to need is a little bit of painter's tape. This is going to hold down a corner. We're going to go around the whole car and show you how one person can install it right now. Now, once again, we've sold probably 20,000 of these for the Model 3, another few thousand for Model Y, and Model S owners have been asking us for this for a long time. We finally got the right length dial in. Again, we have hollow silicone soft sponge rubber tubing acting as a void to cover a vortex area where wind turbulence builds up. So anyway, we've sold lots of these and they make a difference. But if you don't hear wind noise at high speed, don't buy it. If you want to plug up these big gaps around the window and you like the look of it, then buy it. But anyway, let's start with this first piece. So what we're going to do is simply run one piece across to the other side, and then I'm going to go over there. So you just want to stretch it a little bit and fit it in the gaps. Now we're doing between the door frame here, and we're also doing it between the door and the glass roof. So we laid this piece down. It's not in here very tight. It's kind of loose. Now we're going to go across the windshield. So here is where you want to use your first piece of tape. So this is the idea and the concept. There's a certain amount of length here we're trying to stretch around the perimeter of the window so it holds in place. We don't want it too tight. We don't want it too loose. So we have to take up the slack. So we're going to explain that concept. So anyway, let's just put blue tape over this corner. And now we're going across the car. And as I stretch it, the hollow tubing gets skinnier, and it allows you to push it in with one finger. As you push it in, it fills this gap and it stays inside. So that's all the way to there, and it will only come out like this if it's too dirty. You might have to clean it a little bit. This one seems to be releasing somewhat. So I'm going to go halfway across, let it go, watch it, make sure it's not stretching back. Put some more tape down and go to the other side. Just stay there. Now what we're going to do is go from here, stretch it. Now watch how I'm stretching, pushing, stretching, pushing. So I'm stretching it and putting it into the groove so it fits in perfectly. You don't want to make it too tight. You don't want to make it too short, or too loose. All the way down, all the way down. Okay, so now I'm going to make this turn. After I make this turn, same thing, loose, push it down, and I'm going to go about halfway, right to the B pillar. Put another piece of tape down. So we're basically halfway in, and you can see how much we have left. We still have more than half of it to go all around the back of the car. So now I'm going to continue here, and I'm going to make sure I have plenty of material. And watch how I'm just stretching it, lifting it, and pushing it in. Now I'm not stretching it much because we're trying to keep this nice and loose and go right around the corner. So now we're going to just drop it in the back of the car. And of course, this is by the trunk or the liftgate area where it's going to be suspended right in here. We're going to explain that in a minute. Now we can take this piece off. And it's starting to look better already. So now we've got this much left. And we're going to simply do the same thing. We're going to pull it over here and press it down. So I'm just pulling it slightly so this isn't too tight. Pushing it down, all the way here. Now see the slack is light, all the way to the back. Now, as soon as I let go of it here, it's gone. So this piece is now inside of the window, inside of the tailgate. We're going to open it up and show you what's going on in there. But you'll notice that now this material is stuck underneath. This is all perfect all the way down here. And the most important thing is the front windshield. The front windshield, the void, if you look all the way down, we do have clear plex on here, but the void or the air or the area where the turbulence can build up and make a lot of wind noise that you hear inside the cabin is now filled up. So all this is solid. It's filled up with hollow silicone rubber tubing that's collapsible and stretchable and bendable. So your corners should look like this, nice and rounded around the corner and nice and loose all the way down the sides, evenly spread out. And now let's open the back tailgate and I'll show you what it looks like underneath there. All right, so now inside the trunk, you're gonna notice that our tubing is sitting right inside of here and it's right underneath the line. So here's what's going on under the rear window in case you want to know. The silicone rubber tubing is wrapping around the corner and then it's just sitting there down below. All the way across and coming out the other side. So again, don't worry about the back. There's nothing to lift it out. It's got a nice tight fit.